Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Lord, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba Varu. A loving saram to all of you. First and foremost, I thank the team for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts during this sports meet. So let me start with this year's annual sports and cultural meet. Me, the Dean of Student Welfare, is trying to coordinate the sports meet practices across different units of Swami's educational institutions. So we have 8 institutions, but since this year is the centenary celebrations of Bhagwan, we thought we would like to stand unique in some sense. So we are trying to bring in the concept of unity, which Swami always stood for. So in terms of our presentations, we are trying to divide ourselves into 4 units. So you got men's campus, women's campus, and then you got school girls and then school boys. And luckily we have these 4 units are going to represent 4 different themes, which Bhagwan would always emphasize on the unity again. So this very well known thing, I'm sure you all are aware, that is, there's only one religion, the religion of love. There's only one caste, the caste of humanity. There's only one God who is omnipresent, and there's only one language, which is the language of the heart. So this is how we are trying to represent these 4 themes in the presentation that is going to be made by the children as the centenary celebrations. So again, thanks Bhagwan for giving us this opportunity to showcase this talent. Now going back to Sportsmeet, I'm sure I've repeatedly told this couple of times earlier as well. The Sportsmeet is one event where every Sai student, every Sai teacher, every member working in at different capacities in Swami's education institutions would like to participate, because that's the only way they feel that they can convey their gratitude to Bhagwan and convey their, get Bhagwan's blessings. Let me be very honest when I say this. When we were students, we got ample opportunities in front of Bhagwan to make these presentations, and the only reward we could get was obviously Bhagwan would call us, he would give us Pad Namaskar, he would give a smile, he would bless us. But if you ask me, the biggest live miracle that's happening right now is how the children, even now, most of them have not seen Bhagwan physically, but the amount of dedication, the amount of commitment, the amount of hard work is on par with what kind of commitment we had when we were students. So this is the biggest live miracle that I would say, not just the Sportsmeet, but every day, 365 days in the calendar of a student, he follows meticulously. So that's a live miracle that you can really look at what is happening. Now, sharing my experience with respect to Sportsmeets, right from my 11th standard 1995, I was in different items every year. But 2 important great lessons I would say which I have learned from this Sportsmeet is, one, I was mostly associated with the motorbike escort team. So as we all are aware, we used to escort Bhagwan even for the practice session. So Bhagwan would come, as early as even December 26th, like today is December 26th. So the moment Christmas is over, Bhagwan would make a point to come to grounds, just to see what is happening. And Swami will never get bored that I'm seeing the same item again and again. The kind of enthusiasm Swami has on the last day is the same as throughout the period. So we used to get a lot of opportunities in escorting Bhagwan, getting Bhagwan, taking him back, and that used to be the practice session that all of us used to have, getting Bhagwan. So 2 important lessons, where in one of the practice sessions we took it for granted that it's okay, our own Swami, what is a big thing. So what we did, we have a pilot and we have a pillion rider for the pilot, and every pillion rider is supposed to hold a flag. So at one point of time, I remember we was holding some dark color flag, some dark maroon or some color, and then we escorted Bhagwan. And apparently Swami was upset, and then he sent word to the registrar that I'm not happy with the way students are doing it. So we were wondering what mistake we had done. Then he said, no, you people are carrying a flag, and you have not taken a serious note of that. But we were saying it's only a practice session, how does it matter? We just took it lightly. But then Bhagwan said, whether it is a practice session or the final session, the amount of involvement should be the same in both the things. And a great lesson we learned is, it's not just carrying a flag as such. Remember, every color of the flag that we carry, it signifies something. So that's the reason why probably Swami preferred the lighter colors, like maybe white or pink or yellow, something which are more lighter. So one great lesson is, don't take it, since it's the practice session, you can be lighter. Whether it's the practice session or the real session, the amount of magnitude of involvement by the children should be the same. That's one great lesson. So it teaches you tough lessons. within a week time or so, Swami had got one VIP to the ground similarly, and Swami is extremely impressed with the way we have escorted Bhagwan. We took Bhagwan back to the mandir, and that's how we always used to do. Then Swami called all of us into the portico, and then, there's no reason, but Swami was so happy, and then he was telling to the VIP who had accompanied Swami, so these are my children, they are doing an amazing job, and I want to reward them. And the reward came in the form of watches. So Swami signaled for watches to be brought from the interview room, and everybody got a watch on that day. So same Bhagwan, 1 week back, he was a tough master. Same Bhagwan, ever compassionate, he was 1 week later, we could say the compassion of Bhagwan. So these are two great lessons that I have learned in the motorbike escort team when I was the coordinator and also when I was the in charge of that particular event. Thank you very much once again for giving this opportunity. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I would like to start off by narrating an incident which our warden sir told us in one of the Paranam sessions regarding his experience as a band member during Swami's Golden Jubilee celebrations. We would have seen a beautiful video of Swami, right, where Swami is in the helicopter giving darshan to his devotees on his 50th birthday. So just before that, Swami asks all the band members to quickly go and change into their costumes. And then Swami is high in the air. He observes them going among the sea of devotees, and they're a little jittery. And so from there, Swami signals them to be calm, and he indicates that he'll keep going around until they're ready. And this incident struck a chord with me because Swami is the Lord of the entire universe for whom everyone waits. And here he was thinking of his students, thinking of his band boys. Fast forwarding 5 decades, and I'm sure Swami's centenary celebrations will be one of the grandest, and this is going to be one unforgettable year for all the students, starting with the sports meet. The atmosphere is just eccentric, a lot of hard work, a lot of effort being put in by the teachers, students and the administrators, and same is the case with our group consisting of Swami's band boys. At the starting of the year, there were a lot of questions to answer for us, but Swami guided the band as a whole on the right path, giving us the right amount of confidence, removing any doubts regarding our ability, and most importantly, giving us the required lessons at the right time. So it is more like Swami himself is training us so that we can perform for him, rather than think it like we wish to play, so we are playing for him. Finally, we as a band would like to pray to Swami to give us the strength to produce that type of music which will connect his bhaktas to him. Thank you.
Sai Ram. It is that part of the year when the air is with chill vibes and everybody is looking forward to the sports meet, which we celebrate annually at Swami's Lotus Feet in Prasanthi Nilayam. When thinking about sports meet, my mind races back right from the time I was a student here 35 years back as to how we used to approach this event in the year. One of the first things which comes to mind when I think about sports meet is the entire activity from all the participants, all the students, lecturers, teachers, everybody, the entire focus was only on making Swami happy. So whatever activity was done, whatever event was planned, whatever steps was taken, so everything was done with a single focus that Swami should be happy with this at the end of the day. So sports meet, apart from games and the events in the field and track events in the ground, also used to include plays, music programs and other cultural events at the same time. So what used to happen was at the time of sports meet, apart from all this track, field and games and sports events, there used to be a very good teamwork amongst all the students in doing all other kinds of activities also, as I mentioned, like music program, plays, dramas and other cultural activities. And it was well rehearsed and well planned out, and even 24 hours was not enough to prepare for this grand event which used to come once a year. Normally we used to start preparing only by mid-December or end December, and that 15 days to 20 days, the amount of effort which used to be put in by the student fraternity was unimaginable, and we used to work round the clock 24 hours. So the second point which I take home when I think about sports meet is teamwork. the kind of teamwork with all the students, teachers and all the office bearers here used to do it together. And the third point which comes to my mind when I think about Sportsmeet was how most ordinary people ended up doing extraordinary things. It was unimaginable to think normal human beings jumping through a ring of fire, or doing a ramp jump with a bike or a jeep, or doing paragliding, go-karting. So many extraordinary things have been done by students over the years with a single aim of making Swami happy. The point here is, with God, everything is possible. With Swami, everything was possible. So people, I have had instances of my own contemporaries, my classmates, who had never before touched a bike, learning to ride a bike and ending up doing stunts on the bike within a matter of 25-30 days are also part of the history here, which is the Sportsmeet history in Satsang Institute of Higher Learning. One great episode which stands in my mind about how there is the intricate involvement of students doing their best in trying to make Swami happy during this event, and Swami equally responding in ensuring that the students are also safe when they go beyond their brief or when they go beyond their capabilities in doing certain unimaginable stunts. This particular event, which is very fresh in my mind, happened somewhere in 1988 or 89. I'm not able to recollect the exact year. This was done by a sister from Anantapur. This sister, she had come up with a plan of doing a ramp jump with an open jeep. I mean, there was no roof on the jeep. It was an open Willys jeep. She had come up with an idea of doing a ramp jump with this jeep. So she did 2 sorties of the ground in the jeep, and she went to the starting point from where she was going to drive up and jump over the ramp. Now, this ramp was placed straight facing Swami Shanti Vedika, and we were all seated in the enclosure next to that. So we had a direct 90-degree view of this jump which was going to happen. Now the sister, she came in that Willys jeep, she throttled up, came with full speed, and she got onto the ramp. And when she exited the ramp at that speed and at that height, it was a thing which we all saw. The entire jeep was tilted to one side, to the right side, as she flew off the ramp. For a minute, my heart skipped a beat, thinking what's going to happen next. This jeep is going to land and she's going to roll over. And imagine in those days, this was attempted without a seat belt and a helmet also. So the jeep was in midair when I saw this tilted, and many of the people who were there were also witness to it. And when everybody was thinking what's going to happen next, this jeep landed on one side, and as if somebody put a hand and straightened it, it steadied itself, and she completed the entire stunt. This unforgettable moment was clicked by one of the official photographer in those days, and for many years in our family we had this in as part of our collection in our album to showcase as to how during the sports meet ordinary people end up doing extraordinary things to please Swami, and Swami in equal measure was there to guide and protect. While Swami used to always tell us to exercise caution, but he also appreciated that we transcended our own limitations, our own fears and inhibitions, and ended up doing great things to just make Swami happy. So these are some of the memories which I have regarding Sportsmeet, and I'm sure this year too, the students, the current batch, would come up with something unique, something dramatic to showcase their love and affection for Swami, and Swami in equal measure will be there to showcase his grace and mercy upon all of us. Sai Ram.